Hey guys, started making a video about the current food prices in the Philippines. So I'm at the Palenque, the open air market, and I hear a fellow American stall ahead of me asking for pricing on a wok. What immediately caught my attention was his wallet sticking out of his back pocket, and I decided to change the topic of my video. So what are you doing to keep yourself safe and your belongings when you're out in public? Stay watching till the end. I'll give you a couple of tips on what you can do to keep your belongings safe. So guys, could this happen to you? Beware and be aware. Let's get into it. Okay guys, let's start with grabbers. This group of men and women, and yes, women, they're more disarming than men. If you're being jostled about in a large group of people, you bump into a woman, you're more apt to say, "Oh, sorry, miss, my fault, sorry." In the meantime, she's already handed off your belongings to the guy in back of her, and you don't know it until you go looking for your laptop or your phone, and it's gone. Now, the way a grabber does this is by using a razor blade. Remember those little safety razors? Sharp as a whip. They'll make a lightning quick cut. Reach in, grab what they can, and away they go. You won't even know it. Now guys, stay tuned till the end of the video. I'll give you a great tip on how to avoid the grabbers. Let's talk about pickpockets. When I first arrived at Davao, I was staying in a hotel for about a week. Every morning I would leave, walk out. I would notice a group of 4 individuals that when I took off walking up the sidewalk, they followed me. When I talk about being aware, be aware of the people around you, what they're wearing, the color of their clothes. All that could affect you. What I had was 2 guys behind me, 1 guy in front of me, and a cute girl off to my right on a bicycle. She was the distraction. Once I glanced in her direction, she smiled pleasantly. That was the distraction. It was meant to keep me from being aware of who and what was around me. But behind me was a guy in a yellow shirt and a guy in a red shirt, and the guy in front of me was wearing a white t-shirt. What they were doing is every time I would approach a crowd of people, and it was busy, this is downtown Davao, they would start getting closer. They would start encroaching on my personal space. When I noticed that, I crossed the street. Now, I didn't wait till I got to the corner to cross the street. I crossed in the middle against traffic just to see what would happen. When I got to the other side, I walked a few paces, I turned around, they crossed the street. I'm like, is this a coincidence? Are they, I didn't know. So I crossed the street again, not at the corner, but against traffic, weaving my way through the trikes and the taxis and the scooters. They did the same thing. At that point, I knew I was being targeted. Didn't know for what, but I kind of felt pickpockets with the guy in front of me probably going to abruptly stop in front of me, bump into me, the 2 guys behind me, boom, hands in my pockets, checking to see what they would grab. I believe the girl on the bicycle was there to receive my belongings, and boom, off she goes. What am I going to do? Chase down a girl on a bicycle in heavy traffic? I don't think so. So what I did was cross the street again, hailed a taxi, got into the taxi, problem solved. But they were waiting for me every morning when I left the hotel, to the point where it stopped being a game and it just started being a nuisance, because did these guys just want to rob me? Were they looking to physically hurt me? I didn't know. So when I returned back to the hotel, I had a long talk with the guard. If you notice, all hotels, banks, restaurants, everywhere you go where money is being exchanged, there's an armed guard in front, sometimes 2, 1 in front, 1 inside. Once I had the talk with the guard, the next morning, as I was about to head out, same thing. The two guys were waiting for me. The third guy up ahead a little bit, he motioned me to stay inside the hotel. He went and talked to them. After that, problem solved. I will tell you that just by getting into a taxi does not solve your problems. That opens up a whole new peril, taxi drivers. And that will be the topic of my next video. Now, like I promised, here are the couple of tips that I can give you to discourage pickpockets and grabbers. Okay guys, so here's helpful tip number one. When I arrived in Manila, huge airport, thousands of people milling around, I'm constantly being pushed side to side, there's just people everywhere. Prior to me leaving the United States, I purchased this. It's a cut-resistant bag on the outside, but on the inside it has a cut-proof lining. So if you can see here, you can see where they tried to make the cut on the outside, cut-resistant, but if you look at the inside, you can see like a grayish-looking fabric. You see if I can pull it apart enough for you. That is cut-proof. Had I not had this, they would have sliced right into my bag. I had my passport, I had my visa, and I had my wallet with cash. That would have really ruined my trip. I would suggest that when you wear this, do not wear it to the side like we do in the United States, but cinch it up and make sure that you have it right in front of your chest. Just right there, like right there. Okay, so right in front, not to the sides, not to the back of you. That will give them the opportunity. Cut resistant on the outside, cut proof on the inside. This saved me a big headache. Can you imagine having your passport stolen when you just arrived in the Philippines? And this happened to me, I believe, right after I exited the airplane. When I was going to the next gate, I had a 2-hour layover to my flight to Davao. So again, tip number one, cut resistant, cut proof on the inside. Okay guys, as you can see, I have my backpack. All right, this is the wrong way to carry it slung over your shoulder. Even if you have both arms in, do not carry it this way when you're out and about. And really, do you need to have this much stuff? Well, yes. I have my GoPro, tripods, extra batteries, accessories. I have them all in this bag. So if I'm going to take a shot, if I'm going to do something, I have everything I need with me. When you're in the Philippines, carry your backpack like this in front of you. It looks weird, feels a little weird, but when you get here, you'll notice everybody wears their backpacks like this for the most part. Even school children wear their backpacks in front of them. And it just kind of makes sense. If you need something, you got your zippers, your pockets, everything's right here. You can just reach in, grab what you need, zip it back up, and you've got everything here. If you have to carry your little sling bag, the cut-proof one, wear it underneath. That way they're really not even seeing that. But again, tip number two, wear your backpack like this. It'll save you a lot. So guys, in closing, take care, stay safe. See you on the next one.